Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Schuyler Callihan here on Between the Eers. Thank you guys for checking out another episode. As promised, we're going to get back into football just a little bit today. It's not going to be a real long episode, but I just wanted to address my thoughts on this whole Jared Bartlett thing going to Cincinnati, the whole spiel from a portion of this fan base that has an issue with it and says, the once a Mountaineer, always a Mountaineer doesn't apply. And you've got some folks on Twitter that are just, whew, they are a little too much with this whole situation. So, look, here's the deal. I understand if you want to get mad. I understand if you're upset or you're frustrated that Jared left in the first place. I get it. I also understand if you're upset because he transferred to a school within the Big 12. But this kid played 5 years in Morgantown. 5 years. And played in the bowl game, which he didn't have to do. That's something that he could have said, you know what, that's an injury risk for me, and I'm going to sit this one out. I'm going to go ahead and hit the portal. I'm going to get recruited, find my new home. And he didn't care. He played in the bowl game. He finished the season out strong. He got his degree. Like, I don't understand what the issue is with these people. He's not a Mountaineer doesn't, or the once a Mountaineer, always a Mountaineer doesn't apply here. How does it not? The kid literally has a degree. I mean, he spent the last half decade in Morgantown. What more could you ask from him? He played the full amount, or he spent the full amount of what most kids do here, and then some. And the other thing, too, is what people forget, Jared was a part of that 2019 class. I mean, that is just, first of all, 2019 sounds like it was 10 years ago. Partially because we're halfway to that. But that 2019 class, as you remember, was Dana's last recruiting class. However, they didn't play for Dana. That whole class had to be re-recruited by Neil Brown on a whim. And obviously, the majority of that class stuck together, at least to get to Morgantown for the freshman season. Some of them reopened their recruitment and didn't come, but most of them stayed put. But then after a year or two, they left and transferred out, or when the portal became a thing, they hit the portal. Jared didn't. Jared stuck it through, saw it through, got his degree, and that's more than what you could ask out of these kids when they come out of high school, especially in today's era, right? I mean, and I'm not saying that, just because he came in a different era in 19 where the portal yet wasn't a thing doesn't mean that he wasn't susceptible to leaving. He still played during that time frame when the portal became a thing and is a thing. So he could have left before that, but he didn't. So I don't understand the frustration. I mean, there's so many more things to be upset about, so many more things on the list of Mountaineer fans that should be more troublesome, more worrisome, more agitating, irritating. I mean, there's so many things. Jared Bartlett leaving after 5 years should not be one of them. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, I understand the frustration again that he's going to play at another Big 12 school. Why? I don't know. Maybe that's just what he thought was the best fit. That's not for anyone to figure out at this point. I'm sure at some point down the road we'll have the opportunity to talk to him about it. But you want to get mad about a guy coming here for a year, hitting the portal, going elsewhere because he feels like that's a better chance for him to get to the NFL, like someone we talked about earlier in the month. You can get mad at that guy. I mean, I'm not telling you to go and get mad at that guy, but I'm just saying you have the right to be upset about those situations. Stuff like this, it's a waste of time. So just relax. Once a Mountaineer, always a Mountaineer. If they're here for 4 or 5 or 6 years, makes total sense. Or if they spend 3 years here and go to the NFL, it's the same thing. Same thing applies. If it's a guy that comes and he's taking it as a leaping pad to another school and was only here for a year or two, and we can have that debate. Not with Jared Bartlett. That kid's a Mountaineer through and through. So, anyways, we'll be back onto some more important things tomorrow. I just had to get that one off my chest. I've seen so much crap on Twitter or X, whatever the hell we want to call it, here in the last 48 hours or so in regards to that. So I had to get that out. But we'll get back onto some more things tomorrow. We got some cool things lined up. Potentially have an interview coming, and then we'll also get into our season wrap up. I know it's a few weeks past, but what the hell? We'll still get into it. So be sure to tune back in tomorrow here on Between the Ears. Make sure you hit the subscribe button at Mountaineers Now. Give us a like also, and you can follow us on X at Mountaineers Now. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll be back tomorrow with another episode.